I get a lot of emails and phone calls on where to start on service dogs. There's different steps I want to cover. I want to cover research, doing the research on the service dogs, talk to your family, and contact a different service dogs facility. First thing I want to discuss is do your research on a service dog. That's the first thing that I recommend that you do. Go online, Google service dogs. Find out as much information as you possibly can. Then you will see that information that's similar, that's the information you want to take. Information that's to the left field, you want to leave that alone. So, like I said, Google service dogs. Also, while you're doing your research, see what type of dog you want. Is it a hearing dog? Is it a guide dog? Is it a PTSD dog? Then envision that dog. What all do you want that dog to do? Get a good snapshot picture of what you want that dog to do. All right? And be able to communicate to the organization the kind of dogs you want. But keep it realistic. Don't say, hey, I want my dog to drive my car. Or, hey, I want my dog to go grocery shopping with for me. Keep it realistic, because as a trainer, that gives me an idea of your expectations. Then I customize that dog to what you need. So research is very important. Get to understand of what it takes to have a service dog by reading other people's experience, by going online, looking up information on people that had service dogs and stuff like that. The next thing, talk to your family members. Family members are part of is going to be a part of the dog's life. You don't want the dog to come into your family and one person out of the family don't like dogs. That dog is going to sense that, and you don't want that. You want that dog to feel comfortable, because that dog is a tool for you so you can have a better life. So you don't want that dog to feel uncomfortable around certain people around the family, or certain people around the family mistreating that dog. So what I tell all my clients is, have a family meeting. Sit down. You're already kind of educated. You did your research about service dogs. You kind of got a mental picture on the type of service dog you want. Grab the family, have a family member. Have a family meeting. Sit at the kitchen table or sit in the living room and start discussing and bouncing ideas about it. Okay? But keep in mind, when you have a service dog, that dog must bond with that one person that dog's going to work for. So our organization, the first 30 days, that dog is always with that person. No one else is playing with the dog. No one else is feeding the dog. Under certain circumstance, we might have someone else feed that dog, but majority, 90%, 95% of the time, the handler's feeding the dog. Okay? And the reason why we don't want that dog to get a bond with another family member. Also, your kids are not going to be playing ball with the dog or anything like that, because we don't want that dog to start bonding with the kids just quite yet. Later on, once the dog gets to bond with you, there might be some play time where the kids can play with the dog, where the kids can brush the dog, where the kids can pet the dog, where the kids can just hang out with the dog and watch some TV when that time comes. But it's very important that the dog bonds with the handler first. Also, I always get this question. I get a phone call, someone's interested in service dogs. Start talking to them. It comes out, they have 3 other dogs. And plus, they want another dog to be strictly a service dog for them. And I try to explain to them, look, the dog is going to take least resistance. If this dog's playing with other dogs, why does it have to stop playing to do the task that you got the dog to do? Now, this dog's going to want to play because that's fun. Doing the task is some work. So, I always tell people, most organizations, not all organizations, only allow one dog to a home. You can't have multiple dogs. It's just more work. Dogs are pack animals. So you get one, it's easier to manage. You get 3, 2 or more, it starts getting difficult. I want you to look at it like having kids. The first kid is a little work, but it's not as bad as much work as having 3 or 4 kids. See what I mean? So it's important to understand this is a tool. If you really need that tool, you're going to find a home for your other dogs to bring in that tool to have a better life. All right? Also, then the next step you want to do is start contacting organizations like ours. Okay? There's organizations throughout the country. Every organization's do it a little different. It depends on that organization. Okay? So when you contact that organization, write you a list of questions you want to ask that organization. 9 times out of 10, you're going to speak to the front desk. The front desk is probably going to have a trainer call you to get a better idea of your needs or wants and try to interview you and try to get a better picture of the type of dog that'll fit with you, or even if you qualify for a dog, because we have to place these dogs in the right fit to make it work, make your life a lot more better. So get you a list together, all right, and just ask questions. But when you ask the question, go off your gut instinct. You know if someone knows what they're doing, or you know if they don't. It's just like if you go to buy a car and you talk to the sales guy, you know if that sales guy knows about cars, or if you know if he doesn't. Same thing. Go by your gut instinct. Okay? The last thing you want to do is start doing a lot of fundraising. There's different avenues you can do with fundraisers, and multiple organizations will help you with that process. You know, we're trying to get a volunteer committee that raises all the funds for you, so when you call Northern Arizona Service Dogs, you don't have to wait. You don't have to worry about the funds, because it's proven fact that money brings more stress. And you call it to get assistance. Why do you need stress about the money? So we're trying to get a committee together to help raise funds, so when you call and then you qualify, and we believe that a dog will really help you take your life to the next level, we don't want you to stress on money. We want you just to come in, put you up in a hotel, come in, do your handler's course, get your dog, go home, and have a better life. So that's how we do it. But every organization do it a little different. So what I want you to do is like our page, Northern Arizona Service Dogs, subscribe to it, okay, and follow us, all right? Because I'm gonna really educate you on service dogs, okay? We're gonna touch PTSD. We're gonna touch hearing dogs. I got a hearing dog right now that I'm training. We're gonna touch guide dogs. We're gonna touch all aspects of assistant dogs, okay? Remember, Northern Arizona Service Dogs.com. Thanks.